Welcome to another episode of PC Building Simulator. In the last episode, we built a custom water-cooled all-Corsair PC to play Doom at 4K. If you missed that episode, I'll put a link up in the upper right-hand corner. You can go check that episode out. This episode, we're going to continue trying to max out level 34. Hopefully, this is going to be max rank when we hit it. Guess we'll soon find out. Hopefully, we'll unlock some more stuff. We may hit max rank this episode. I don't know. We will have to wait and see. Let's hop into the email. Maybe. There we go. Let's see what we have to work on today. This one right here is due tomorrow. Let's definitely do this. It says, you work with computers, right? If I don't get a new computer soon, I'm going to scream. This part is important. I need it to benchmark at least 17,050. Could you get that done by tomorrow? Dual GPUs for this, please. I like nice and shiny new components. My brother has AMD in his PC. He says they are the best. So, Dumb Richard here. Dumb Richard has a budget of $5,250 to get a 3D Mark score of 17,050. He wants that done by tomorrow, and he wants 2 graphics cards. Of course he does. Let's go ahead and accept that one. And then I know I saw another one. Maybe it was this one. Yes, this one's due tomorrow as well. It says, hello, can you repair something for me? My granddad thought that the PC needed oiling and the results don't seem good. Did you get that done by tomorrow? I'm a total gigabyte fanboy. My PC lives on the floor, so I'm pretty sure it's full of dust. Dust and oil, apparently, so that ought to be fun to remove. So they've got a budget of $600 to replace the motherboard and the RAM. They want that done by tomorrow. Let's take a look at the stats real quick. Motherboard is a Gigabyte Z370 Aorus Ultra Gaming, and a stick of Patriot Viper SteelSeries 16 gig 3200 megahertz. I'm sure we can make that happen. Let's go ahead and accept that one. All right, let's go back up here. I'm going to open up the shop. I'm going to step away, get some parts put into the shopping cart, and I will be right back. All right, for this build, to get a 3D Mark score of at least 17,050, we're going to go with an MSI TRX 40 Pro Wi-Fi motherboard, a Threadripper 3960X, a GamerStorm Frizen air cooler, 4 sticks of Team Group T-Force Delta 2, RAM 4 gig 3000 megahertz, 2 MSI RX 6800 Gaming Trio graphics cards, a 256 gig ADATA M.2 drive, 860 watt Fractal Design power supply, 4 Fractal Design 140 millimeter fans, and 120 millimeter fan. We're going to pack all of that into the Fractal Design Meshify 2 compact case, light gray with a tempered glass side. We've also added the 2 parts we need for the repair, so let's make sure we got all this for next day delivery. Go ahead and buy it all now. I'm going to go in the day we can get everything in, and we can get to work. All right. Oh, got something from PC Bay. Got a water-cooled 3080. Nice. So here's our fix. Oh, gosh. Pixelated dust. Very nice. Very, very nice. Yeah. I'd say that's a little bit dirty. And then here's our case for our build. Let's go ahead and get that put over here. We'll grab our post-it note and stick that on the workbench as well. We'll get to that in a minute, but let's start off with this dirty thing. Oh my. All right. Compressed air it is. Let's see if we can clean this up. Hopefully compressed air will blow out dust and oil, because they said someone in their family tried to oil this. Don't know what that's all about. Maybe air will do. They got the motherboard and graphics card clean. There we go. There we go. Think that might have it there. Okay, let's take off this side of the case as well. Yeah, it looks pretty clean. That looks pretty clean. Okay, let's get this graphics card out, because we need to replace the motherboard and the RAM. Let's see, this is going to have to come off. Got to take this whole cooler out. We should be charging them a lot more for this job. It's a lot of work. Let's get this RAM out of here. Let's get everything unplugged. I'm going to try to remember what color cables these are. So I can put the same thing back in when we put it back together. Get the CPU out. Is that everything off of this motherboard? I think it is. Let's get this out of here. There we go. No reason to take the standoffs out, but I mean, that's just how the game works, I suppose. Let's take a look. Oh, their motherboard is definitely broken, and we can get $5 for it, so let's go ahead and do that. Grab the new one and get that installed. There we go. Get this thing ready for RAM and CPU. Grab their CPU. Let's do Fitz's PC. There we go. Oh, they have a 9700K. Very nice. Very, very nice. And then we need some RAM. Their RAM was definitely broken. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. And we will grab the new stick and get that installed. All right, thermal paste. And then we need a CPU cooler. There it is. There's the one they had. Let's get that installed maybe. How was this? There we go. I wasn't sure it was going to let me actually install it, but we got it in there. We got it in there. Why is this not recognizing that I've replaced the motherboard yet? I'm just going to wait for me to hook up the cables. Oh, good. There's still a cable connected, so hopefully I can get the right color. But before I do that, we need to get their graphics card back in. Perfect. All right. Cables. Let's see if we can find those orange. Not that. Ooh, I might not have those cables. Ooh. Let's go over here. Let's go to cables. No, it's not the plain plastic. It might be the sleeved plastic. Plain orange. Or is it the sleeved braided plain orange? Ooh, I don't know. Let's get them both. Let's get them both. And I'm going to make a bunch of people angry because I'm going to do same day delivery and spend $100. It's just $100. Let's see if we can figure out which cable. It might actually be the darker ones. Let's see here. It might be these. Take a look. Okay, it is those. Okay, it's the sleeved braided. Let's get everything cabled up. Then we'll make sure this sucker works. There we go. Power this on. I'm going to hop into the BIOS real quick. Since we did put in a new motherboard, let's make sure we turn XMP on. Pretty sure that's the only drive they have. There we go. Boot it up. I'm going to get this case put back together, and then we can get this thing out in the hallway and get started on our build. It's a nice looking PC. They really should have a case with a window in it instead of this one that covers it all up. Can't see any of it. It's a shame. All right, get this out in the hall. Let's get started on this build. We're going to pack an awful lot in this small case. Let's see, let me get this side panel off. I think this needs to come off. And this, and this. So many parts. This fan needs to go. These fans need to go. Because we're putting all new fans in this case, so let's go here to case fans first. Let's get those installed. There's all the new ones. We're going to put two 140s in the top. Where are they? Down here. These are RGB fans, unlike the ones that came in the case. See, we're going to put a 120 in the back, and then 2 more 140s up at the front. There we go. There we go. All right, let me get this out of the way. That's all we need to remove for now. Nope, these need to go. I don't like the way those look unless there is a drive in them. So we'll get those out of there as well. Now let me get started by putting the motherboard in here. We've got the MSI TRX 40 Pro Wi-Fi. There we go. There we go. All right, let's get this ready for a CPU and 4 sticks of RAM. I don't think these bottom ones, nope, those bottom ones do not open. Let's get the CPU in first. We've got the Threadripper 3960X, the 24-core beast. There we go. Get this mounted. Then we've got 4 sticks of RAM. Whoops. This Team Group T-Force Delta 2 RGB series. 4 gigs, 3000 megahertz. But I think we're going to try to run it at 3200 megahertz, which really shouldn't be a problem. There we go. All 4 of those are installed. Next, let's get some storage in there. We don't have a whole lot of storage because they just wanted a whole lot of power. So we're only putting a 256 gig M.2 drive in there, but they can always add more later. Let's get that installed right here under this cover. It is RGB, but I don't think we're going to see it since it's hiding under the cover. Oh, well. Oh, well. You know, I was going to do a liquid-cooled build for this, but these little plates right here that are removable, as you can see, where you would normally install a taller cooler, well, if you have them out, the game currently does not consider this PC case put together. So it kind of defeats the point in having a removable beauty panel there. Hopefully they'll get that fixed eventually, and we can do some water cooling and custom water cooling in here, because this will totally hold a 360 millimeter radiator in the front. But for now, we're going to go air cooled for this build, and it's fine because it's a Threadripper, and well, we're not really going to overclock it, so not really a problem. Get thermal paste on there, and then let's grab our CPU cooler. We've got the Gamerstorm Frizen, which is actually pretty cool looking cooler for a Threadripper, and it just barely fits in this case. It's a tight fit. All right, let's grab a power supply. We've got the Fractal Design Ion Plus Platinum 860 watt, which should be plenty for this build. And then we need graphics cards. We need 2 of them. So let's do that. We've got 2 MSI RX 6800 Gaming Trio graphics cards, which ought to be plenty of power to get us to that 17,050 3D Mark score. All right, so we've got some case to put together. We've also got some cabling to do. Let's cable first. Let's cable first. I don't know what I'm looking for. Let's do purple. That seems like an awfully bright purple. Do we have a darker purple? Pink. Ribbon braided plain purple. That might be more my color. I don't want that super bright. That was just too bright of a purple. Let's try these. Oh, that's much better. That's much better. Let's do that. Let me get everything cabled up here. And probably while this is installing the operating system, I'll get some of this case put back together. Actually, I need to get this put on first. Everything else can be done after. There we go. But that will not go on without unplugging the power supply. All right. Let me get a USB drive in here. Power this up. I'm going to hop into the BIOS because I do actually want to overclock the RAM. Let's go here. I'm not going to use XMP. I'm just going to manually overclock to 3200 megahertz. I'm going to go all the way up to 1.65 volts. Not that that is necessary for this small of an overclock, but I don't really want to have to come back in here and mess with it again. We've only got the one drive, so let's go ahead and let this install the operating system, and we're definitely going to have to change some colors. But before I do that, I want to get this case put back together. Let's see, I think this thing has 2 dust filters on top. I would think not much air could make it through that much dust filter, but who knows? I thought there was a dust filter for the front. I guess I was wrong. Apparently. Guess we just close her up there. Just close up shop. There we go. I guess this counts as a dust filter. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so we need some software on here. Let's get 3D Mark, the lighting app, and just for safety's sake, let's put OCCT on there. I just want to make sure that our RAM overclock is stable. And doing that will only take a few seconds. So let's get OCCT running real quick. Only needs to run for about 15 seconds, 10 seconds or so, I guess, even after it starts the testing process. We don't crash. We should be good at this point. All our temps look great. This thing does suck some power, but we're not going to hit that 860 watts. So we should be good with that. Let's go to lighting. Let's select that. Let's make everything just match that. Gamerstorm Frizen. Can I uncheck those? Thank you. And let's do ramp. Yeah, there we go. There we go. I think that'll work. Okay. I'm going to get 3D Mark running. And as soon as we have a score, if this thing blue screens, either way, I'll come back and show you. All right, there you have it. 18,305. Definitely beat that 17,050 that they were looking for. Scores look pretty good, too. Over 20,000 in the graphics score. CPU score's a little low. We could probably overclock this CPU just a little bit, like, I don't know, 500 megahertz. These Ryzens, these Threadrippers do not overclock very well in this game for some reason. So, don't think we could pull much more out of that. That's not a big deal. We definitely beat what they were looking for. And I think this PC turned out pretty dang nice. Take a look at it. I'm liking the colors. I think it's pretty great. Pretty dang great. All right. So this thing is done. Put it out in the hallway. Then we can collect some money. We'll see if we maxed out our rank here. So first, let's get the fix. There we go. 5 stars. They fixed the motherboard in my machine, and they used good parts too. Gigabyte for the win. Excellent. Glad you liked it. Okay, for this build, see what we get. 5 stars. I like the new PC. Excellent. Excellent. And I think we may have maxed out level 34. We may do one more episode where we're trying to max this out just in case there's a tiny little bit that I can't see. So we didn't unlock anything. What the heck? We already unlocked everything. I mean, I just think that maybe there's something they're still holding back. I don't know. It looks maxed out, but we definitely didn't unlock anything because there's no email here saying we did. So we'll do one more episode just to be sure. just to be sure. And then probably after that, I'd like to do an episode and get rid of a bunch of these parts that I've been racking up, buying stuff on PCBay. I need to build some PCs, get them listed on PCBay, and make some quick money. So we may do that an episode or two from now. Let's take a look at daily deals. Speaking of spending money on stuff that isn't necessary. Is there anything I need? I mean, I guess need it. That's a good price on that X299 board. All right, let's go take a look at PCBay. Let's get rid of these red dots. They drive me nuts. No red dots. PCBay, a G-Skill, a Trident Z Royal in gold. All right. All right. I do not want that non-modular power supply. 16 gig 3000. Okay. 69 bucks. Again, and yeah, we're buying that motherboard as well. All right. All right. So, the next episode, we're going to see if maybe doing another job, if there's just maybe a hair of green line we can't see. But we may have already unlocked everything. I guess we'll find out in the next episode. If you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you get notified as soon as a video goes live. Also, if you want to help me out, I now have a channel memberships as well as Patreon. So there is a link to the Patreon down in the description. And at channel memberships, there is a join button right next to the subscribe button under the video. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Stay safe out there, and I will see you in the next episode.